All right, three, two, one. Stay gold. 4 minutes of fame. In other words, very short lived public exposure. Any sort of social gain that's extremely short term and short lived. Now, I said 4 minutes of fame, but I think now it's even been reduced to like 10 seconds of fame because attention spans are just that short. But what I'm basically gonna get into, right, is probably the reasons why 4 minutes of fame can be good, but also why 4 minutes of fame is probably not worth it. Mostly it depends on what it is that you did to get the fame in the first place. You know, if your 4 minutes of fame came from like you getting into a fight in like some restaurant with like an employee or something, you know, maybe that's not the best thing to be known for. You know, fighting in restaurants versus, you know, starting a new kind of trend. Right now in 2023, best example of that is starting a new dance, right? And then you're known for that. You're a dance maker, basically. There are different ways of obtaining those 4 minutes of fame, but most of the time it's referenced in a more negative way because it's more so like it's not that worth it in the long term, but in the short term it's worth it. You know, even people that watch the thing that got the 4 minutes of fame, like the action, the act, they even say, yeah, was it worth it? You got your 4 minutes of fame, you know, stuff like that. With fame, right, and with a lot of stuff, like I was thinking about making a video about like celebrities and stuff because there's a lot more that goes. You just like basically what the general public, what they see is just the surface value stuff, if that, you know, because even what you see on the surface, that could be a surface within itself. So you've basically got a subsurface underneath the surface, and then you have the stuff that's under the surface, right? Fame is everything to some people, and fame can be everything. It depends on what you chose, what your path is, your career. If you're an entertainer, obviously fame is basically everything because that's exposure. Without fame, you have no audience. And with, you know, if your career is tied into mechanical stuff, you know, if you don't have that fame of, you know, knowing that, like people say things like, yeah, he does good work, you know, he's a really good car mechanic, you know, you definitely should go his way. That's another, like, it's not the same fame as being a celebrity or being like a household name, but it's still a type of fame because you're known for something, which is part of fame. When you get those 4 minutes of fame, you know, the smart, like those who planned it, who are just waiting on that moment where they're basically like in the spotlight, they plan for what to do afterwards that keeps them in a spotlight, not the spotlight, but in a spotlight. And then from there, they can basically secure longevity, right? But generally, when you get 4 minutes of fame, it could be accidental, it could be unintentional, or it could be intentional, but it's like a once and done thing. That's why a lot of these creators that get these hits, right, they're called one-hit wonders. They get one hit and then they just fade off into obscurity because they can't keep that momentum up. A lot of, you know, it could be argued because the level of the hit was well beyond their current capabilities. Was it a freak accident? I don't know, but usually with like hit songs and stuff, it sets the bar so high that it's almost impossible for that person to reach the new standard that one hit wonder put them in. You know, they just started. This is what happens with a lot of music makers that don't practice beforehand. They kind of just hopped on, you know, a really good beat, or they had really good lyrics and they kind of just got it right away. Now, that's not to say that all of them are one-hit wonders. You have those that are, again, like I said, really smart. They bank on that one-hit wonder, and they take their time. They don't rush into the next 4 minutes of fame, because even now with social media, and I'm not excluded from this, you could be relevant 1 minute in this, you could be relevant, and in the same day, you become irrelevant. You know, you could be relevant for 2 weeks, and then you wake up the next day, and now you're just a nobody again. It's just part of the fame. Somebody else took your spot. They found somebody else that they think has more value than you. This is why when I start talking about value, and when I start talking about social value and social presence, social proof, it's not just in dating. It's not just with, you know, females and males. For all the males out there watching this, even females, they have social value to a male. It's just, you don't really think of it. You're not consciously thinking about it. But I can give you examples on how basically like males perceive social value with a female, but that this isn't, it'll be some other time. But with 4 minutes of fame, right? Your 4 minutes of fame, they come and they go. The goal here, what I'm trying to get for all of you, which is up to you, is I don't want you to have 4 minutes of fame, then nothing. 4 minutes of fame, and then a long period, then another 4 minutes of fame, then another long period. No, I want you to have years of fame. I'm trying to get you things that last, because 4 minutes of fame, it's cool in the moment, but once the moment is over, so is the fame. So with that being said, that's all I got for you for right now. This is kind of just like something quick I thought to go over. I'm still looking for the videos that I preemptively recorded. That's the usual setup before this. I'll probably do this like during the weekends, the whole audio thing, but throughout the week, I'm probably going to try and do like actual video. We'll see. I'm just doing this day by day because, again, I'm trying to do this every day. I don't want to lose like a day, basically. So that's why I did this. But yeah, 4 minutes of fame. You know, it's pretty, it's nice when it happens to you, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with fame too, even on the smallest levels. But that'll be something that can be dived into a little deeper than this. So until then, take what you need, leave what you don't, turn to gold.